Hi, I'm Rob from Stone Pro, and today I'd like to give you a couple different examples of looks that you can give to unpolished stone. Stone like slate we've got here, unpolished travertine, even into masonry like brick and pavers. So the first one I'd like to show you today is our color enhancer. The color enhancer is a product that will bring out all the different colors in the stone and seals the stone as well. On. Today I'll just use a brush. If you're doing a large area, you can use a Hudson type spray or spray it on. You can mop it on. If you're doing a countertop, you can spray it on. The amount of color that you get out of the stone depends a lot on the porosity of the stone. If the stone is, say, porous like a sandstone or a limestone, it may take an extra application or two because the first application, much of it will be lost as it penetrates or impregnates into the stone. So we'll let this sit here for a few minutes, allow the sealer to penetrate into the stone. If you like the fact that you can bring color out, but you want to leave a wet glossy look, we have a product called Stone Gloss, which is a modified acrylic. It is not a lacquer, so this product will not chip, peel, flake, or discolor. Again, it can be sprayed on. Just for our application, I'm going to use this brush. If you're doing a large area, it's best to use just a regular string type mop. When you apply it to your stone, the one thing you want to be a little bit careful of is that you don't use a sponge mop or, say, a paint roller that will inject air bubbles in it. As the acrylic starts to set up and harden, you want to make sure that there's no air bubbles in it that might start to set up and harden before they self-level. The nice thing about the modified acrylic versus a lacquer is this product never has to be stripped until you're tired of the wet glossy look. In higher traffic areas, since one important question we get asked all the time is how long will it last, it will wear because it's a topical type coating. But because of the acrylic, in your high traffic area, say in front of a door, you can just go back, mop more on, it will self-level and dry and look like the rest of your area. In your lower traffic areas, it will last for years. So now I'll take the side that we put the color enhancer on. After, again, 3 to 5 minutes, you want to wipe the residue off. It's important, if you don't wipe the residue off, as it dries, the solids that did not penetrate in the stone will dry on top and it will leave a film that after a few hours gets very hard to remove. Okay. And the area that we've got in the middle, which is the natural look, would be like using the Stone Pro Porous Pro, that once it impregnates and dries, you can have the natural look of the stone. Okay, now that the stone gloss is dried, as you can see, it's lost the white milkiness to it, and we've got a definite difference in our color, but we also have a definite glossy, wet, if you will, type of look. As compared back to the stone gloss here, as compared to the color enhancer, which brings out a lot of the natural color, but does not leave it glossy. So it's important, I should say too, that when you're using a product like the stone gloss that stays on top of the stone, it's very important that you do it when the stone is dry, so you don't trap the moisture in the stone. Then in the middle, we've got just what a regular impregnator would do, a sealer that would protect the stone from water and oil stains, and that would be the Porous Pro. So when you deal with stone, with natural stone that's not polished, these are your 3 options. Enhance the color, give it a wet glossy look, keep it the natural look.